Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I want to talk about mental health for today's video and what I like to call the vicious cycle of discussing mental health. Although whenever mental health is mentioned, the very first thing that many will tell you is to feel like you're able to openly talk about it and to get the help that you need. But unfortunately, there are often many who hold hypocritical thoughts and feelings on those who are very open about mental health. Without a doubt, the best thing to do is to talk and to be open about any mental health problems and to ask for help. Although I know for many people who are suffering, it's incredibly difficult to do that. For me personally, I lived in shame of my mental health issues for many years and refused to talk about it to anybody or seek help because I was ashamed. But in the long term, that really wasn't good for me at all. So let's just be blunt and honest about this. Despite many telling us to speak up and to be open about our mental health issues, there are those times that when you do finally develop the courage to discuss it, some will describe this courage as attention seeking. Others will misinterpret your story as false because you're being open about your struggles. Many will criticize you, question you, and judge you, all because, unfortunately, there still seems to be a certain kind of stigma attached to somebody who openly discusses their mental health, which ultimately leads to people not feeling capable of opening up and reaching out for help in fear of being judged for one reason or another. In my own experience of this, I openly talk about my mental health issues. But when people find out that I discuss them on YouTube, often I find their facial expressions and their reactions in general to be shocked and confused. They're a little bit taken aback. This has actually happened during counselling sessions, cognitive behavioural therapy sessions, and even during appointments with Universal Credit staff members. A lot of people can't seem to understand that it's okay to still struggle and to admit that you're struggling, but also be open in a way that you feel comfortable in doing so. Although it's hard at times, I do enjoy talking about my experience with mental health here on YouTube, because I'm not directly speaking to anyone and there's only me sitting in the room. I mean, right now I'm technically just talking to myself. You'd think that those who do come forward and open up to get the help that they need would be greeted with a little bit more acceptance and understanding, along with the reassurance that they've made the right decision to speak up. But unfortunately, it appears that often we are not treated that way. Instead, we are criticised, we're scrutinised, and we're told that if we open up about our issues, then we must not be suffering all that much. And this is all because of the stereotype that people aren't supposed to talk about their feelings and express their mental health issues. It's safe to say that this sort of thought process is, I personally believe, incredibly damaging. It's really disheartening. And it's also just a very tunnel vision way to approach somebody who's found the courage to speak out. As in so many cases, it's probably taken years and years for them to even get to the point of admitting to themselves that they have poor mental health, never mind to admit it to other people. And it's bad that some of this kind of thought process, in my experience anyway, can actually come from mental health professionals, those that should be embracing this sort of stuff more than anyone else. It's been hinted from professionals that if my mental health is really all that bad, then I shouldn't be able to be open about my problems. And I realise that it's not all roses, happiness and acceptance with sharing any kind of personal information via social media. But I know from my own experiences that I should have helped myself more over the years, both past and present, with my mental health. I should have been more open about it. And I like to do the videos that I do on mental health mainly to spread awareness. I don't want other people to suffer and feel alone in the same way that I did. I want people to go out and get the help that they need. I want to try to promote mental health awareness and the importance of speaking up. It's just a shame that at times it kind of feels like a lose-lose situation, because you can suffer if you don't open up, but then you can also suffer from opening up too, despite opening up being exactly what everyone pushes onto you nowadays. I'd like to know if anyone listening to this has had something similar happen to them. Have you ever been shamed for opening up and talking about your mental health? Let me know in the comments section down below. I think I'll end this video now because, to be honest, if it carries on much longer, I'll just be repeating myself over and over and over again. But it is just a massive shame that this sort of thing happens when all people push is speaking out. If you enjoyed this video or found it interesting, please leave it a like. If you're new here, please consider clicking on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I very much hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.